Hi, I'm Tracy with Fresh Coast Cross Stitch, and this is a channel about cross stitch. Today is Thursday, December 26th, and it's the day after Christmas. We made it through Christmas, you guys. I'm so happy. We still have 2 Christmases to go to for us. We have our Christmas bingo with my husband's family on Saturday, and my family's Christmas on Sunday, but those will be super fun. And check out my way better lighting. My amazing husband got me a super cool light for Christmas, so my videos will have much better light quality, and I hope that it actually looks as good as it does on the screen right now. Except I can really see this door. It's really dirty, you guys. I gotta wash that after I'm done with this video. Fingerprints from the kids. But yeah, so also wanted to show you. So my husband's very crafty. He really likes to make crafts. And so I have 2 5-year-old nephews. They're not twins. They're one's from my brother, one's from my sister. But he made them like Harry Potter wands. So I hope they're not watching. Amy, if Max is watching, make him go away. So here is one wand, and here is the other one. Aren't those cool? They're gonna love them. So what did I want to talk about today? I have some notes, but they're not like super detailed like usual, so I'm kind of winging this a little bit, so let's hope it goes okay. And I'm really hungry. It's I'm on vacation this week, so it's Thursday morning, and I am trying to get this video knocked out so that before the kids wake up and it starts to get noisy here. And then as soon as I'm done, my husband and I are going out for breakfast and to get groceries and do all the things. So yeah, so I'm really hungry, so hopefully you don't hear my stomach growl. But so I had 2 FFOs finally finished, completely finished. I don't have them to show you because one was given as a gift yesterday and the other one is wrapped up. So yeah, they're posted on my Instagram if you want to go there and see them. But they're finished. So I had 2 finishes, or FFOs, fully effing finished, according to Nick Stitches. I don't have any other finishes because, as you know, my projects are all pretty good sized, so yeah, nothing got finished. But I did get a lot of stitching done this week. So stitching is kind of what I do when like to relieve stress and to make myself feel happy. It's kind of my thing. And I think because it's the holiday season, I've been extra stressed out. So I did a lot of stitching this week, you guys, like almost obsessively. I obsessively stitched this week, and my house is a wreck. So after shopping is done today, house cleaning is going to get done because I have to get my poop in a group and get this done because it's driving me crazy. I don't like a lot of clutter. I need for things to be clean and tidy in order to feel comfortable, and it's 100% out of control right now. So as soon as this is done, shopping's done, housework, then I can stitch. I need to make stitching like my reward instead of my escape. So I did get a lot of stitching done today. So some of these are in hoops still, some of them aren't. I just kind of pulled them out of the project bags, and here we go with my whips. I actually worked on every single one this week too, which hasn't happened in a couple of weeks. So first up is Be Still. I got a lot done on this yesterday, you guys, and I think I worked on it last week too, but look at this. So I know it doesn't look like anything yet, but this is all like trees and stuff, and so I got all of this done yesterday. And there's some confetti up in here too, but this is what is really noticeable. This all of this up in here is a lot of confetti, but down here it's a lot of this kind of, I don't know if it looks kind of black, but it's green. It's like a dark green color, and then all of this is black. So that'll go really fast because it's a lot of the same color. Oh, do you like my fingernails? Look at that. My husband painted little Christmas trees on them for me. So there's Be Still. Next up is my granny square temperature chart. So here is this. And I don't remember how far I was when I showed you guys last. Honestly, it's basically all kind of the same pattern over and over and over again. I stitched a little, I found some free number patterns on Google, and so I just stitched a little 20 up there just to, so that I know that it's for 2020. I wanted to have all this outline done by the new year. I don't think that's going to happen, but you know, you start at the top, so I'll just keep working on it in the rotation every week on the outline, and it'll be fine when I fill in the rest of the colors. And then one thing, Jody from M&M Stitchers reminded me, if anybody else is doing this temperature chart, it's from Carolyn Manning Designs, and of course all of this will be linked down below. But if anybody else is doing this temperature chart, remember that it's leap year this year. I almost forgot that, and she reminded me. So you'll have to do something a little bit different with somewhere on the chart to add in an extra day for leap year. Next up is Camping at the Mountains. So here is this one. I got all the yellow on this side done. It started on this color yellow. Funny story. So I was so excited to get this side of the yellow done because I was really tired of working on yellow. And I thought that the next color was kind of bright orange. I don't have my project bag here, else I'd show you. But I thought it was like a bright fluorescent orange, and I was really excited to work with that color. Nope, it's just more yellow. So yeah, I think as I work through this yellow color, it kind of gets down into, I don't have the actual finished, I'm not really organized today, but there's like down in here, there's trees and mountains and a tent and stuff. And so as I start working down through this yellow color, I'll get into some of those trees, and I think I'll, instead of doing just the sunset border type thing, I'm gonna jump down and do some of that, the trees and the mountains, just to kind of make it a little bit more interesting, rather than use like all the same color all the time. Because I really thought that I would like working on this, and I think I'm gonna love it when it's done, but I don't love it working on it. It's kind of one of those things where I have to force myself to get it out, and then it's fine. But yeah. Okay. Nautical Light. I am so close to being done with this, you guys. I would be willing to bet that by my video next week, I'm either finished with it or like just have back stitching to do. I'm so close to being done with this one. Look at that. I'm starting to really love it. Like love it. So all I got left to do is the water, and like there's rocks and stuff down here, and then the back stitching, and it'll be done. So there's that one. That's kind of a little one, so it's going faster. It'll be nice to have a finish. Oh my goodness. Finishes are nice. Ooh, I still got my needle just like sticking out of this one. Holy moly. I actually, bear with me a second, you guys. I'm going to take this out of the hoop. I should have taken it out because it's blocked. The hoop's blocking some of it, and I want you to see it all. Okay. So this one is the, ooh, sorry, shaking the camera. The Grand Rapids Skyline. So I got quite a bit done on this one too. I got all of this done. This is the Amway Grand Plaza Hotel. And right now there's a giant crane on top because this is all glass. This whole tower is glass windows, and they're putting in new windows at the top. So there's a giant crane up there. It's been up there for about a year. But yeah, so I got that all done. I started the GRA. I actually finished, so it's a little bit deceiving. Some of the pages only have, like, one page has like literally 2 stitches on it. But I have finished, like, I should have wrote it down, now I don't remember. 5 or 6 pages of this already. So yeah, so it's going pretty quick too. And I did decide, get back up here, all the space around it is supposed to be done in white. And had I been thinking properly and had realized that, I just would have bought white fabric. But I just am actually using like what's left over from Be Still for this. And because I just didn't think about it. I am kind of not new to cross stitch, but I'm new to different kinds of fabrics. And I've always just used Aida, usually 18 count Aida, sometimes 14. But so I'm just starting to, just from watching Flosstube videos, realizing that there are so many other types of fabrics that I can use to cross stitch on. And so had I realized that, I would be using something different, but whatever. But I think, long story short, or long story long, I'm going to stitch all around it in the white because I think it'll just make it pop a lot more, and it just looks really kind of muted, and because it's not white. But it'll be one of those things that I'm just going to like mark with my gridding pen where the outside of the actual pattern is on all 4 sides, and then I'll do the white last, and I won't need the pattern because I'll know where it goes inside there. And it can be one of those things that I can just stitch on in the car or when we go like travel somewhere or whatever, and it'll be fine. So the last one is Persia, and I really love this one, you guys. Love it, love it, love it. So that's how far I've gotten. And I never remember how far I am from the last week, but anyway, I got done, like, I didn't get a ton done on this one. Just kind of worked on this yellowy greeny color a little bit more, and I finished this flower. This flower was right on the edge of the page, so I finished that flower. But yeah, this one goes pretty quick too. So those are all my whips. Last week I went over all my plans, and if you remember, I'm going to have one new start a month for 2020, with the exception of May, when I'm going to have a new start every single day. I was ambitious, you guys, making this plan. I have everything, like, I have to lay everything out and kind of know what's going on. So I use several different tools, I guess, to organize myself. So I have a spreadsheet that I talked about before in Google Docs that it's got a tab for all the patterns that I want to buy, that I see, like when I'm searching through, just mindlessly looking through cross stitch patterns. There's a tab that has projects that are started, so I have like what the project is and the date I start it, and I'll put the date that I finish it. It seems like there was another tab on there, but I don't remember what it was now. Maybe there's not. There might not be. Huh. Anyway, maybe there's not. Maybe I just thought I was going to make another one. But then I also use Evernote. So Evernote is a lot like, if you use Microsoft OneNote, it's a lot like that. There's not as much functionality in it as there is in OneNote. I use OneNote for work, and lots of times I use my work laptop to do personal stuff on too, but I just really feel uncomfortable combining my personal OneNote stuff with work OneNote stuff. Just because if something ever happened at work and I got let go or whatever, I just wouldn't want to lose all of it. So, and I wouldn't want to have the hassle of moving everything. So I use Evernote for personal stuff. And I made a notebook for all of my cross stitch goals. And there's like, in each notebook I have what the pattern is called, who the designer is or where I got it, the type of fabric I want to use for it, and all the floss colors that are required for it. So my plan is to start kitting up my projects ahead of time. Like 3 or 4 of them are kits, so that'll be helpful. but I want to have everything kitted up ahead of time so that like on January 1st, February 1st, March 1st, I can just start that new project. And I don't have a ton of disposable income to spend on cross stitch stuff. So I need to give myself a budget of like, I don't know. I don't even know what the budget's going to be. It might depend on the month actually and what else we have going on. But I can't just go out and spend hundreds of dollars buying all this stuff. And some of these cross stitch patterns that I want to do, I want to do them on different fabrics other than just Aida. Because if it's a full coverage piece and you're not going to see the fabric anyway, of course I'd just do it on Aida because it doesn't matter. But if it's something that's not full coverage and I want it to look pretty like you guys do, you guys make such pretty stuff on beautiful, beautiful fabrics, on the linens and all those things, I want to try that. So that's my plan with that, and I'll just like slowly kit stuff up. And I say I'm not going to buy any cross stitch patterns this year, but you know I'm going to. I mean, because you have to. There's so many cool things out there, and oh my gosh, I've never really liked samplers that much. The samplers that I've seen, like before I discovered Flosstube, I was kind of I don't know what you call it, a naive stitcher, I guess. Like I said before about the fabric, I just would go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby and I'd buy 18 count Aida and DMC floss and just stitch. I didn't realize all these other things existed. So now that I do, I want to do them. And the samplers that I've always seen are just like boring. It's like a house at the top, the ABCs in capital, ABCs in lowercase, and numbers, and maybe some flowers or stuff. But the samplers that I see you guys do, so gorgeous. Oh my gosh. And I am in love with the Hawk Run. What are those called? Hawk Run Alley? Hawk Run Hollow samplers. I want to do the shores of Hawk Run Hollow really, really badly. So at some point this year, if I have the money to buy that, I'm probably going to buy it. And there's so many other beautiful samplers. I just did a search on Etsy for samplers, and oh my goodness, you guys, so gorgeous. I want to do them all, and I know I can't because there's just not enough time in life to do that. But yeah, so I'm probably going to buy more patterns. And I know, like, so in the month of May, I'm doing all of the ornaments that I had talked about. So for my start in Everyday May, it'll be ornaments. I want to make Christmas ornaments for all of my family members and for some people at work and stuff, close friends. And I want to make them, originally when I put this plan together, I have a little pamphlet that's got, I don't know, 15 maybe different ornaments in it, and I was just going to make those. The more I started thinking about it, the more I want to make them a little bit more personal. So because of that, I'm probably going to buy some little ornament patterns for those, just to make them a little bit more personal and not just, basic, boring ornaments. So yeah, I think that's it for the cross stitch stuff. Yeah. Oh, I am buying cross stitch stuff today. I got to get some. I forgot on the temperature chart. I was so focused on making the outline, which is just 310, that, well, first of all, I ran myself out of 310 on Christmas Eve, so I had to stop working on it until I can get to the store today to get more. And I'm probably just going to buy like 2 or 3 skeins, whatever they're called, of it. Because can you ever really have too much 310? Probably not. And but I had also forgotten that I needed to make sure I had all of the colors for the pattern to do the temperature part every single day. So I need to pick up those today, and I want to see if I can find our I think I talked last week about the craft outlet that's near us, and they have all their needlework stuff on sale this week. So I think we're going to stop there. I was in there last week and they didn't have hardly any needlework stuff. So I don't know if it's on sale just to kind of get rid of what they have left, or if they got a shipment in and maybe there's a ton more. But it's always a really good place to go to get like magnet boards and the bobbin rings. So, and I need those. I like to have one for each project. So if I am starting a new project every month, and most likely most of them aren't going to get finished because they're big projects, I'm going to need like 12 more of those boards. I'm not going to worry about it for all the little ornaments, but I'm going to need like 12 more of those. And the bobbin rings or the little plastic boxes to put, because my floss is all on bobbins, so to keep it organized. So I need more of the little boxes to put those in. So I'll be picking those up as we go too. But so I'm hoping, I'm on vacation still today and tomorrow. So I'm hoping after I get all my chores done today, I can work on Persia a little bit. And then tomorrow we don't really have any plans other than Yuri has his wellness appointment at the vet. And then, like I said before, this weekend, I'm not sure how much stitching will get done because we've got those 2 parties. And then back to work on Monday. I work Monday, Tuesday. We have Wednesday off for New Year's Day. Work Thursday, Friday. So it'll be kind of a weird week. I'm excited for New Year's Eve though. So my husband really likes to go out and kind of party, and I don't so much on New Year's Eve. Sometimes I like to go out and party, but I don't like to go out and party on New Year's Eve for a couple of reasons. I don't like to be on the roads with all of the drunk people. That really kind of scares me. And I always feel like if I go out and party, I'm probably going to get drunk, and then I'm going to have a hangover on New Year's Day. Who wants to start the new year feeling like crap? I want to start the new year feeling amazing and kind of get the best foot forward kind of a thing. So we both really, really, really love nature a lot. Like I have to have nature in my life in order to be happy. And so, and the weather here is incredible. I think it's supposed to stay nice. It's like, I don't know what time it is. It's 10:30 and it is 45 degrees outside. It's supposed to get up to 54 today. That's unheard of in December in Michigan. So, and I think, like I said, I think it's supposed to pretty much stay that way. So we decided that on New Year's Eve, provided it's not raining or snowing, we are going to inflate our blow-up mattress and put it out in our yard with a bunch of blankets and stuff. And my husband made a rocket stove, so we'll kind of make sure that's kind of close to us so it's warm. And we're just going to lay out on the air mattress with all of our blankets all comfy, warm, and cozy, and look at the stars and drink wine or champagne. And that's going to be our New Year's Eve. And I am so looking forward to it. I think it's going to be an amazing way to bring in the new year and to end 2019. 2019, you guys, it wasn't the worst of years for me, but it was a hard year. It was very emotional, had some personal stuff go on that I don't really want to talk about. And then work just sucked this year. We had kind of towards the end of last year of 2018, they announced that we needed to save $700 million. So sales weren't doing well. Things were kind of struggling a little bit. They wanted to kind of boost things, not for the employees, but I don't really want to say too much because I don't really want to say where I work. But anyway, they needed to save $700 million, which is a lot of money. I mean, we're like a $8 to $10 billion company. So when you look at it that way, 700 million is not that huge, but to me, $700 million, I can't even fathom in my brain how much money that is. So in order to do that, we had to make a lot of changes. The company doesn't pay for our cell phones anymore that we use for work. We get like a stipend to help pay for the bill, but so they took that away. We aren't allowed to have, or it's starting to come back now, the parties, but we weren't allowed to have any parties, any kind of like company bought food for lunch meetings or any of that. They limit our printing now. We're only allowed to print 250 things a month. They took away travel unless it was absolutely necessary. Just a lot of things, and a lot of people got cut. We had probably 25 to 30% of our executive staff got cut at the end of 2018. And we knew that was just the beginning. In 2019, 25% of our staff was cut. And it was incredibly hard. We knew it was coming for probably 6 months, but we didn't know who was going to be affected or how they were going to be affected. And to have that, in fact, there's still people that are waiting to find out. They just went like division by division. So there's still people who don't know yet what their fate is going to be, and they probably won't know until the end of first quarter of 2020. But my division was finished in April. And but the first part of the end of 2018, the first part of 2019 was so stressful. I don't even know how to describe the stress that was felt. I've worked at the company for 22 years. I didn't want to leave because I knew that if they let me go, I was going to get a kick-ass severance package. Like, I would have gotten paid for almost a year. And, you know, would have not had to work. And most likely I could have found another job rather quickly because the job market's pretty good right now, and got double pay for all that time. Okay, so I ran out of space on the iPad and the video stopped because I ran out of space. So I'm going to do my best. I don't want to re-record this because I was like far in. So I'm going to just continue where I was talking and see if I can use some kind of editing stuff to smash these together. So anyway, I was saying, I didn't want to leave because I didn't want to pass up getting that severance package. And you know, like I said, I've been there for 22 years. I've got 5 weeks vacation. I get paid really well. I have so much flexibility in my schedule, and I mean, it's just been and up until now, it's been an amazing company to work for. So I didn't want to leave. So I just stuck it out, super stressed out, like for the whole first part of the year. And then, so we were told on April 29th that meeting invites were going to go out. And that most likely, if you got a meeting invite for April 30th, you were done. And I didn't get a meeting invite, so I was relieved. And then when I was driving home from work on April 30th, I noticed that I got a meeting invite from my vice president for a meeting first thing in the morning on May 1st. And you can imagine how that felt, because the first thing that crossed my mind was, what in the world? You can insert other words for in the world. But like, seriously, I thought maybe they just didn't have time to get through everybody, or I didn't know what was going on. I didn't sleep hardly at all that night. I got to work the next morning, went to my meeting with my VP, who I've worked with my entire career and have a pretty good relationship with. And I remember I peeked in the conference room and it was just him in there. And he said, "It's okay, HR's not here, you're safe." So that kind of felt good. But he completely changed my world, because I had been on a certain career path to become a facilities manager eventually. I'd been working with my current manager to learn all the things that I needed to learn. We had a development plan in place, and my VP had created this new department called Global Facilities Programs, and it's very small. There's only 6 of us, and he moved me into that department to do basically the same things that I was doing, forklift stuff, although that was kind of a fiasco too. Energy reduction stuff, and I managed utilities for water, natural gas, and steam. And then he also added sustainability to my plate. And while it was exciting, it was also terrifying, because first of all, this wasn't the path that I was on, and I'm not sure that he was aware of that, but I'm pretty confident that he created this group to save the 6 of us that are in it from being let go. So I'm extremely grateful to him for that, but it just made the rest of the year very unsettling, because none of us really knew exactly what our role was. None of us really knew what we were supposed to be doing. It was just a long, long year, and things are getting better now. There's still some changes going on, but things are starting to feel better. I really like my team. I've had conversations with my VP about how this wasn't, while I really appreciate this wasn't really the path that I wanted to be on. So he's aware, and has said that, we'll try to see what we can work on and do. So I think it's working out to be fine, but this year was so stressful. And usually I have like kick-ass coping skills, and this year my coping skills went out the window. Like, I was bitchy, I complained all the time, I was just sad. I was probably like pretty close to depression a good part of the year because of all this stress. And one of my New Year's resolutions or goals, I don't really like to call them resolutions, one of my goals for 2020 is to get a handle on that and get my positive attitude back, because I think it's important and it will really help moving forward. And I have a lot to be grateful for, both in my personal life and in my career. And I need to focus on those things instead of the negative, even though it's when the morale and the environment where you go every day is so depressing and low. It's hard to be positive, but that's my goal for 2020, is to work on that and to try to lose some weight maybe. So I'm going to wrap this up before I run out of space again, and hopefully I can smash these together. So have a great week. Have a great New Year's Eve, and be safe, because I probably won't talk to you again until the day after. Love you guys.